Good afternoon and welcome to our getaway house here in Indiana. We are in Columbus, Indiana, which is about an hour south of Indianapolis, I believe. This is actually our second stay in a getaway house. The first one we stayed in was Getaway Shenandoah, which is only like 45 minutes to an hour outside of where we live. But this one is very similar. I think the bathroom is maybe slightly bigger, so this whole part is just a smidge smaller. But it's laid out very nicely. You've got a nice queen size bed, and as you can see, the whole back of the cabin is basically one giant window. And then you've got another little tiny window over here, so you've got views from no matter where you're laying in bed. And then over here you've got your little dining setup table area. You've got a chair on one side and a longer bench on the other. And despite this place being teeny tiny, I think it was like 22 feet long or something like that.
Something like that.
They do have a ton of storage, so we don't have that many bags in here, but quite a few for this little of a space. But the bench, so we've got our big camera bag all the way against the side of the wall over here, and then the whole bottom of the bench, you can fit like 2 suitcases easily underneath there. And then, being that this is a getaway house, they encourage you to actually get away, you know, like without your cell phone, without your laptop. So they have a little cell phone lockbox for you to lock up your cell phones in.
There they are. That's where they've been. As soon as we checked
The whole time.
we tossed them in there, and that's where they have stayed. We did not put them in just for the video. We wouldn't do that to you guys.
And then they also leave you little things with like nature trails in the area to explore. They actually have one nature trail here that I think is like a mile or so long just down the road. And then they also leave you little games to play if you wish. And they have cards and stuff too. And then there's more storage over here. And then under here I've got my suitcase. And I think this cabinet is empty if you wanted to use that for storage. And up under here, so there's plenty of storage everywhere. They've got a little kitchenette set up, so you've got the 2-burner stove, mini fridge, sink. They've got tons of pots and pans and dishes. I really love this little magnetic cutlery thing they've got going on.
They actually also include some light provisions. You can get coffee, tea, hot chocolate from them. Didn't you say they had like a provision kit?
Yeah, so when you book the place, you have an option to like add on some different things. One is like I think it is called a provision kit, but it basically includes like meals for 2 for like 2 or 3 days. So you'll get like oatmeal, pasta sauce, granola bars, stuff like that, and they'll have that like here waiting for you if you don't want to go like grocery shopping or bring your own food when you get here. They also say that service might be kind of spotty and they don't have Wi-Fi because they want you to disconnect. We've had pretty good service the whole time we've been here.
Not that we've been on our phones.
No, not that we've been on our phones. I don't remember if we had service at the other one we stayed at.
I don't think we did.
Yeah, but they do have a landline for like emergencies or if you need to use the phone and you don't have service. And they do also have a little radio here. They've got some books if you didn't bring your own.
And then they also have this little mini split that's your AC and your heat. Some of the windows open. That one opens. Obviously the big picture window does not open, but and we've had the screen door open a lot of the time. Yesterday when we got here it was
75 degrees.
Yeah. And today it's like 40, so it's changing.
Also, it's mid-February, so that's quite warm.
Yeah, it really was warm. If you were wondering where you go to the bathroom, folks, the natural bathroom is just outside. No, I'm just kidding. It's behind this door. So, nice and simple, nice and easy. You got a toilet, you got a shower. For such a tiny place, it's actually a pretty decent-sized shower. They include your body wash, shampoo, conditioner, all that good stuff. Towels and linens are included.
And if you don't want to see outside for some reason,
or you don't want people outside to see you.
Well, unless anyone's walking through the woods, they're not going to see you.
That's true.
Which would be kind of creepy. I think that's discouraged. or you don't want to wake up super early when the sun comes up, both of the, or all of the windows in here do have a little cord so you can pull down the shade literally all the way and block out the sunlight. And another thing I love are these cute little lights on each side of the bed if you want to like read at night or something. Each person has their own little light, and they just come on when you pull them out and go off. You put them in.
Nice little touch. So as far as the exterior of the cabin goes, it's about as simple as the interior. You have 2 little Adirondack chairs, a fire pit with a cooking area, a picnic table that has a dog leash, or a outside cat leash, I guess, which is a really nice touch. And then that black box over there is actually where they keep all the dry firewood. Some places you have to go pick up firewood from like the front or whatever, but it's really nice that they have a little waterproof box there just to store the firewood and fire starters. So if you decide to have a fire, you just walk outside and all your stuff's already there. One of the really cool things about the Getaway Houses is that all the cabins are named after the grandparents of either employees of the company or former guests. So the name of our cabin is Gail. The name of the cabin we stayed at last time was Harry. Candace actually got an email saying that because we've stayed here a couple of times, we have the opportunity to submit a name for a new Getaway House. And of course I was like, oh, well, we have to say Riley, but it has to be a grandparent. Although I'm not sure how far back they check into the grandparents' name, so I might have a grandparent named Riley. You never know.
Good afternoon. We're still here in Indiana, and we came about half an hour away from our getaway cabin to Columbus, Indiana, and we are doing the Pauline Crump Nature Preserve Trail. I think it's pretty flat and it's about a mile long. So yeah, we'll see if we see any nature. I hear a woodpecker currently. So we just finished the trail. It was nice, very flat. I'm sure that it's prettier in the springtime because we're here in the dead of winter, so everything is dead. But there was a cool dam to see. Riley enjoyed it. It's a nice place to walk your dogs. Yeah, I'd recommend if you're in the area. Just a thing to note, if you come here, there is no trailhead. It's literally right off of like a main road, and there's parking for about 3 cars. So if 3 people are here, kind of out of luck.
Yeah, here's the parking area. There's the road. There's the car. So not much of a trailhead, but that's okay.
Alright, so we stopped at a cute little place that we read about online in downtown Columbus, Indiana. It is called Zaharakos Ice Cream Parlor. And it's an old-fashioned ice cream parlor / museum. We heard it was like one of the top things to do if you're in the Columbus area. It's been around since 1900, so that's pretty crazy.
Almost as old as Candace.
Almost.
The museum is really interesting. It's on the small side, but that's okay. You can see everything that you need to see. They had a bunch of different soda fountains set up throughout the years that had like, I don't know, 10 different options or 10 different flavors of soda. They had some old-fashioned toys that you could buy, like little tiny trains and things like that. And they also had this really interesting section where they had like self-playing banjos built into the wall, so you could drop like a quarter inside and it would play the banjo. I don't know how it works. I thought about dropping a quarter inside, but my luck, it would be like 1,000 decibels and like the entire restaurant would come alive and stuff like that. They also had a mini pipe organ, so that was really cool too. Another reason that we stopped here is because we wanted something to eat and we wanted to try stuff that we've never been able to try before. So Candace got an old-fashioned Coca-Cola. So this is made by putting in the Coke syrup in the bottom and then adding soda water and then just swizzling it all together with a little swizzler, also known as a spoon. But this is how sodas used to be made, apparently. So let's give this a taste and see what she thinks.
Tastes like a Coca-Cola. It is quite a bit fizzier, like maybe more carbonated, bubbly tasting than your average Coca-Cola.
Probably from like the soda water that they add.
It's really good.
Oh yeah, not in a bad way. It almost tastes like medicinal to me. Like just like super, super strong Coke flavor.
I think it tastes like a little bit less sugary.
Yeah, I agree.
Than like a can of Coca-Cola.
You get like the flavor without like
it's really good.
The shock of sugar. So I got a float made with old-fashioned soda, and I got Dr. Pepper as my choice, and then they added a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Since I am holding the camera, I think I'm going to pass this over to Candace so she can film me eating this little float. So the first thing I'm going to do is taste this Dr. Pepper. Oh, holy cow. Oh, that is delicious. That is like the strongest Dr. Pepper. I love Dr. Pepper. It was my favorite soda for years when I was a kid. Wow. That is really, really good. I didn't mean to startle you there, Candace. I'm sorry. You probably thought I was having some kind of fit. And then this is their ice cream that they make. So just a scoop of vanilla. Yeah. Some people think that vanilla ice cream is boring. I happen to think it's actually one of the best flavors because it's just so simple. And if done right, it's the best thing in the world.
He's lying.
Candace's favorite ice cream flavor is vanilla. I think it is boring, but it is really good.
It's not boring, it's simply delicious.
That is really good. You might not get any of this, babe.
Don't worry, we didn't forget to get someone something.
Now, if you've been watching our channel since we started, everyone knows that whenever we go to a new state, Riley gets a French fry. And we always try to get something local. We don't want to cheap out and just get like a Burger King fry. So, Riley, this is your Indiana fry from Zaharakos. What do you think, babe?
I think she approves.
Yeah, I think it's good. Oh, I like these fries a lot too. They have salt on them, obviously, but they also have a little bit of something else. It's really, really good. So Candace is going to finish her drink. I'm going to finish my float. Riley might finish these fries. We might help her. We haven't quite decided yet. And then we're going to squeeze in one more hike before we head to our next Airbnb. We're going to scarf this stuff down, and then we'll see you at the next hike.
We are at the next trail that we're doing. I believe it's called the Shawnee and Lenape loop at the Touch the Earth natural area. It's 1.9 miles, only like 100 feet of elevation, so pretty flat again. And yeah, might see some birds, might see some dead trees.
Currently see some snow.
Might see some flurries.
Might
freeze to death. It's pretty cold.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. Yeah. Change of plans. We got like 50 yards onto the trail, and it was just nothing but a mud slick all the way down. It rained all day yesterday, and it also snowed last night, and the ground thawed, so everything is just a mushy mess. So we're just gonna hop back in the car, and we're gonna head to Lemoyle, Illinois for our next Airbnb.
Well, we finally made it to our next pit stop in Lemoyle, Illinois. We are staying at an Airbnb called the Cookie Cottage. Unfortunately, there were no cookies when we arrived.
No cookies, but there's lots of baking supplies and a mixer, so I might whip up some cookies. I still haven't decided. We just finished some dinner, got the dishes knocked out, and I'm going to start editing this video so you guys can watch it on Sunday or today if you're watching it the first day it drops, or it could be a Wednesday, it could be 6 months from now, we never know. Tomorrow we're going to explore this area of Illinois and see what we can see, so we will see you somewhere. Oh yeah, not in a bad way, it almost tastes, not in a bad way, it almost tastes like medicinal.
Sure, it's very prettier, that's not a word. I'm sure it will, I'm sure.
Old-fashioned float. They got the, so I got an old-fashioned float. I got a Dr. Pepper soda, or soda fountain?
Old-fashioned soda.
It's stormed. Thanks, Pete. Thanks for watching Riley Roams. Please subscribe to our channel to keep up with all of our travels. Don't forget to hit that like button and leave us a comment below about your favorite part of this video.